Rise up. My name is TJ Cummings. I'm here with 6'6" Chicago native. Went to DePaul University, played alongside of Lance Williams, Quentin Richardson, drafted 2001.
Hmm.
Played alongside Michael Jordan with the Wizards um, in 2005. Most improved player in the NBA, businessman and counselor at the NBPA. Um, with no further ado, Bobby Simmons.
Thank you, T. Thanks for having me.
So just jumping right back into it, man. How was it growing up in Chicago?
Growing up in Chicago was challenging,
Mm,
I would say. Being raised in the 80s, like you had gangs, drugs, everything here in the city. So unfortunately, like you said, no perfect process to living life or growing older. And you have to realize that certain transitions that you had to make throughout your life, there was a reason for it. And like you said, some things happen for a reason. But unfortunately, like you said, just having family, my grandparents instilling everything in the kids, you know what I mean, about being good people, being held accountable, things like that.
that's
It
what's
was
up, man.
cool.
That's what's up. So it definitely. So when you were doing that, like, was it between that time going through all those different obstacles? Was basketball, was that like something that helped you to be able to give you an escape from that type of lifestyle?
Well, I think at my early age, it was more so baseball
Hmm.
because and I lived on the low end at one point, and we couldn't play on the big court with the big kids, so
Hmm.
we would play strikeout.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know all about that.
Play
Yeah.
strikeout.
That's what-
So other than strikeout, then like you said, moving to the south side, I was like, oh, okay, this is different. So now, my peers that I knew from going over my grandmother's house and moving out there,
mhm.
um, basketball was the thing for us.
So,
So you probably remember, we used to build little crate courts,
oh yeah,
build
yeah.
the crate courts, and now, okay, when we was able enough to play on the big court, or good enough to play on the big court, then the guys will allow us to join in.
Yeah, man. I remember when I was coming up, shoot, my dad, he was playing all everywhere. So when I used to come back to Chicago, that's when I used to be able to go to the camp, and that's when I got to meet you for the first time there. And I just remember that you was on the up and up, and I just remembered your versatility as a big guy, putting the ball on the floor, knocking down shots, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Which kind of segues into my next question about the big three at DePaul. Like, how did that come to be? Like, how was that organized to be able to put you guys together?
Well, one thing I would say, it started about with friendship. So we've competed against each other or played against each other throughout elementary school.
Hmm.
You know, some of us almost went to the same high school, but we all ended up going to three different high schools. And it was just something that, like you said, shout out to your pops, bro. I was like, listen, he from my neighborhood. I have options to go anywhere I want to go.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, I remember watching those games. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And now it's like, okay, well, we have an opportunity, three kids from Chicago, to stay home to put the Paul back on the map.
Facts.
And we trusted each other, and we just did what we had to do to make it happen
Y'all
to
did,
put that
man.
school back on the map, man.
I mean, a lot of people don't know from the era that we came from and that time when you guys were doing that, man. It was like, as far as guys from Chicago, period.
Was to stay at home.
I mean, you couldn't stop watching it. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, because you had somebody from you had the big man with Lance down low. You the wingman, and you got the explosive, Quentin Richardson, as far
Hmm.
as like roaming around the baseline, because he was like, had a weird game to him, where he'll crawl around that baseline and come up on 10 rebounds on some random. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
So that was amazing, man. That was amazing. Um, so when you got drafted, how was that feeling for you when you first originally had that? You sitting there, you waiting for your name to get called.
The weirdest day ever for me. You already know. So when you have those workouts where you competing against guys To be honest, you're kicking their ass.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, the draft board is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody got a slot.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, that's not supposed to go the way it is written. But unfortunately, it never goes that way.
Yeah.
And so on the board, supposed to be late first round. Okay, cool. All right. So now we get past the first round. I'm like, man, I done destroyed all these dudes that worked out.
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Like, man, I done destroyed all these dudes. So now I got a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, I actually had my son there. So my son was probably maybe going on 2 years old.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
that was your motivation.
Motivation like a motherfucker. So I'm like, damn, okay, well. Whew, I'm sitting there watching it. Just watching. I said, all right, well, they ain't got the 60 yet. I got a shot. Mm-hmm. So we get to the 39th pick. Phone ring. Mm-hmm. I'm at the crib. They like, Bobby, the phone for you. The phone for me. Mm-hmm. I'm on 79th and Aberdeen. What you talking about?
So you pretty much felt like it was like you didn't make the draft.
My thing is that I would rather everybody want to go to the green room.
Right.
But unfortunately, it's almost like, you know, hey, if I get in, I know I got a shot.
Yeah, 100%. So you knew you was going to be fired anyway. It was going to work out either way it went.
I had my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I had my fingers crossed.
You put that work in too, man.
Yeah, my point exactly. So I felt like I did everything I needed to do to prepare for when an opportunity presented itself. And so, as I said, got the call. I'm talking. I say, hello. I say, Bobby, what's up? This is not a smiling moment for me.
Right.
Who is this? Mike. Mike who?
Yeah.
I didn't get my home number. This ain't my house. Man. I'm just here.
You know Mike got it like that.
Like, I gotta get this number. Okay. Mm-hmm. He's like, congratulations, we picking you next. Oh, so originally I got drafted to Seattle. Right. And then 2 picks later they did the trade.
Oh, that's fire.
For me to go to the Wizards.
So, you know, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but you know, were you relieved that you went to the Wizards, or would you rather play for the Supersonics earlier?
I was relieved to get drafted. I haven't given it where I went.
I feel you on that. Because I was going to segueing into the next question is like, you know, you was there with Mike while he was over there.
Yeah, so the crazy
the
part,
team and playing.
TJ, I'm gonna be brutally honest, bro. Mm-hmm. When they say you never know who watching you, that was one of those moments. Oh, because remember, like normally after the season, guys declare for the draft, they don't go back to class. Mm-hmm. I went back to class. Like I got to finish because my goal is to get a degree. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So I finished the year out. So I was going to school during the day, and I was working out in the evening. But just so happened, remember, he came back in 2001. So he was working out in the evenings when I was finishing up. So it was like in passing, like, okay, well, Tim Grover was training us. And it can't go unnoticed that shit. I was working my ass off.
Right.
And so
Grove was the thing in Chicago. A lot of people might not know, but man, Grove back in the day for sure. Everybody was there.
Everybody.
Over there, UIC, right? Over there.
It's UIC, and it was at Hoops.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hoops was the earlier version. Yeah, 100%. Man, that was crazy, man. And then what about, like, Jordan-wise? Like, how long did you spend a season with him? How long did you spend the season with him? Like,
man, I spent the majority of the time with that dude, man. I tried to soak up as much knowledge as I could.
What kind of game that he gave you that you might be able to share with the audience?
Well, the best game is from just being around him. Mm-hmm. Understanding his work ethic. Mm-hmm. At 40 plus years old, still getting up at 5, 6 in the morning, making sure guys getting their work in. Yeah. You know, like those type of things is something that I poured into every rookie that came behind me. Sure. To the point where now this is the reason why, for instance, Ramon Sessions.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember.
He was my rook, one of my rooks when I was in Milwaukee.
He played. He could play, man.
He can play, but originally he wasn't a top tier guy.
Right.
But longevity is everything. Mm-hmm. So now he represent guys.
Yeah.
So now it's like little things. So when I see him, man, I just hug him, man. I'd be like, bro, I'm like, Keep doing your work.
My little guy right
Because
there.
because my thing is, just think about how many kids don't get the opportunity to get that knowledge from a guy who actually played and did it
Mhm.
and put the work in.
That's facts. That's facts. So now we're gonna slide forward now, 2005, when you know
Hmm.
got NBA's most improved player. What led into that? Like, what? How did you feel like going into that season? How was that summer coming in? Or did it just feel like you were just notching up as you go year by year?
Not even that. I told you I had the list.
Hmm.
And that summer, I seen a lot of guys get paid. And I'm like, I'm better than all these dudes,
I
man.
feel you.
I'm better than all these dudes. So you know what? I maybe I ain't working hard enough.
Hmm.
So I'm working out 2-3 times a day.
Hmm.
Can't sleep because now I'm like, I know I'm better than them.
Yeah.
So now when the opportunity presents itself, we go to training camp. That's how God works. They signed Kerry Kittles. The
Hmm.
Clippers signed Kerry Kittles from
Hmm.
New Jersey. I'm like, that little skinny nigga, I'm about to destroy him
I
at
remember
training
that
camp.
little dude,
I'm about to
man.
destroy him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Crazy part is he ended up having back surgery,
Also,
out for the season,
slid you right through the slide.
next in line.
Hmm.
After that, I say, shit, I prepared myself for this all fucking summer.
You
So
always had that build on you, man. But you always, man, you got the ball on the floor, and what was you like career wise? Like wasn't it like 37% from the three or
three,
something like?
yeah.
Yeah, you was doing something ridiculous out
And one thing I always, and this is what I teach all my kids, I say, listen, you have to be efficient
there. Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the game of basketball. You can have the best talent in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately, you have to be good at something.
Facts. Especially,
You got to be a specialist.
yeah,
They gonna need you.
man.
They
Because remember
gonna need you.
that around that time, like you had the Ben Wallace. I mean, like if you just did one thing great,
If you,
better than everybody else, that
it's rhyming.
you know what I'm saying. But see, but you, I think you even selling that a little short because you had a lot of versatility. That was like
No, of
you were like
course.
one of those guys that came in as like the poster child of the guys now. Because when I was coming up, they were calling me a tweener. You
I
know
was a
what I'm
tweener
saying?
too.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
First of
like
all,
they want you to play with your back to the basket, all this. It's like, no,
I was
man.
able to do all of that.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the crazy part is of being a tweener is that it's almost like a stretch four now.
Exactly. That's the game.
That's the game
We
now.
made like
So if
like
we
people
could
like
be
everybody.
15 years younger,
Man,
shit, this would be a hell of a time.
man, hell yeah. And then even getting into the idea of like the NIL and you
Yeah,
know just the kind of followings that we had, and the opportunities that these kids have now. I mean, the kind of people that we were really polarizing, coming around. I
bro,
mean,
the O'Bannon brothers been fighting for that forever.
yeah, they made it happen though, man.
They made it happen.
You
They've been
know,
fighting for that forever. I recall that like yesterday.
do you know when that deal happened? I was overseas
Hmm.
and I didn't even know it was happening.
Really?
I literally, I came back and I got then they were like, did you get the email? And you be, over the country and stuff like that. And you might be out there for a couple of years. You might just kind of lose track of everything going on back in the
Hmm.
States. And man, I got back. Time was already up on it and everything, man. I was on the back of like like the NCAA March Madness, the
The
back of the
basketball
game.
game.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
on the back of the game and everything. So it was like they were passing out stuff, everything, but it just wasn't meant to happen. But it's the best thing is that it's actually happening.
correct.
So
And we talk about that now, even with just being around the university. You know what I
hmm
mean? You see the schools who get the NIL money. Kids are getting the opportunities to transition and like it's like playing chess.
yeah, it is.
I said I've never seen that before. I'm like I had to really sit back and understand that. It's like, well, I don't like it here no more. I'm going over here,
That's the wild part,
and
man.
they're gonna pay me more money. I
Right?
said,
And they ain't looking at it like back in the
I
day, like
said,
you switch schools, like
you couldn't
that
play.
looked bad,
You gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, now it's like they could be in the same season, they could be on another team.
Team. I
It's
said, man.
wild.
I said, man, this is crazy. But like you said, I just like the fact that hopefully they understand the big picture when it comes to that. It's
Exactly.
not just about the game of basketball or getting money. It's about longevity.
And that's actually what I'm doing with my business.
Hmm.
That's why I'm so excited about it, and that's why I want to bring guys like you so that people can see not only the work ethic that you put in, but like, you stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, they don't understand how the game goes. So a lot of these young guys, they'll come in, I'm not gonna put this on their head, but you see $100,000 for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in a year or a couple months. You might be over there looking at your coach like, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't coming to
Now
practice
we
today.
gonna tell it back a little bit. Think about a kid get $100,000,
Hmm.
and your parents still don't have financial literacy. Secondly, still struggling to pay bills.
Yeah, that's gonna break a little bit off of that
So
right
now it's like that 100,000 is out of here.
there.
That ain't enough. So now what you gonna do? Transfer again?
Yeah, that's facts.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Because now the thing is, depending on how you play and perform,
Hmm.
it's different stages when it comes to that.
That's facts. And it's even wild because now it's like there could be guys that might not be performing at the top level, but their following is so big. There's another part with
Mhm.
that too. So it's like it's a lot of opportunities that are in there. But I think that the biggest thing that I want to make sure that these younger guys understand is, first of all, you just want to be a professional no matter what.
Correct.
So like if you in college, you going through the college experience, this is not where it's going to end. So you don't want to be,
Put all your eggs in one
be
basket.
uncoachable, be a bad, bad character and stuff like that. And then it's like, man, then you go to the next level, you still don't know what you're doing. At least the NIL is getting them prepared to be on that professional level as far as like a brand.
So I just hope that even with the NIL piece, that whole component
Hmm.
is that the literacy part is what they understand.
Right.
You know what I mean? How to invest or how to hold or how to protect yourself so that you can have longevity. And not only that, don't be pressed for cash
Facts.
just for the simple fact if you can and cannot play basketball anymore.
Indeed. And that's what a Rise to Succeed. That's what it's all about. It's like being successful no matter what, no matter if
That's
an
the name of my
injury.
store.
Oh yeah, that's
Name
how
of my
you
store is Success.
see. And I seen that with two Z's. I see. Yeah, yeah. Don't sleep and don't sleep. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yes, sir.
So I've been doing a little studying on you, researching on you, man. I saw something that was congruent between the two of us. Junior Bridgman.
Mm-hmm.
What does he mean to you?
Ooh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy who played in an era where basketball he was successful, but off the court he had a different mindset when it came to working. Like he owned the Wendy's and was working in the Wendy's.
Fire.
It's like, come on, man, what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
So like I've had a multitude of conversations with Junior, and it's just like I'm getting all every single time.
Was that something when you had a conversation with him? I know that had to be one of the questions. Is like, do you see something in this market right now that somebody could do, like what you did with Wendy's?
Yes,
But what was something that he said that?
But I think it's but the first part, before we even got to that part, he was like, "How hard are you willing to work for?" Because owning one and owning 100,
Right.
is
So
like
he's going to every single location, putting in that work.
he's done it. That's what he said. So now there's even been guys that he's had assisted. Guys call him all the time, saying what they want to do in franchising. And so working with, like you said, working with the PA, we do the real estate program.
Right.
Junior has been a moderator. He's been a person that came and spoke to the guys, this, that, and the other, just to give knowledge. You know what I mean? Just to talk to the guys and give them information. And so, actually, Chauncey Billups is a guy that was interested in franchising this, that, and the other. Shit, Chauncey had to work. So the crazy part, this is Chauncey's best story. He said he was working the window at Wendy's, and
Just
Chauncey Billups. He handed the people the food, so the dude recognized him. He's like, "Damn, that's Chauncey Billups. That nigga must be broke."
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn. So that's the mindset that people have because you're working in fast food, not knowing that he's the owner of the business. So it's required for you to work every single station within that franchise so that you'll know how to run it. I don't have to keep calling nobody.
Right.
I know it like the back
You
of
know
my
how to
hand now.
manage them. Each
You know how to
person.
manage. You know how to do everything.
Yeah. Hey, see, you never think of that. Because like when you're looking at it on paper, when you're reading about this story, you're thinking maybe he's just owning these and then he's just overseeing it here and there. No, he's getting his hands dirty.
Oh, he gets his hands dirty.
Chauncey was out there getting his hands dirty.
Get his
People
hands
felt like
dirty.
they was getting punked or something. They thought they was looking for the camera.
Yeah, man, this nigga broke his hand. Like, what's going on?
I'm already knowing.
So like, that motto is something that I have instilled in all my staff. You're not just gonna start on the sales floor. You're gonna learn how to do stock.
Yeah.
You're gonna know how to shift product,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what's coming in, what's going out. You know what I mean? You get 1 or 2 sizes left. You know what I mean? You know how to put them, stock them, just when we do a clearance sale, just so we can get rid of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we constantly got product coming in. So you need to learn the back first, the back of the house.
Right.
What they say.
To
the front.
Yeah, 100.
Because now, just think about it. If I'm looking to expand, I know they know it. If they're capable of moving, or if we have to put them up in a place, or repurpose, yeah, whatever it is. Why won't you want the people that you train to run your business?
Yeah, trust that.
You can trust it.
Yeah, like that. So then the next part will be, can you share like how you got ready and how you got going? Because you started your 2 businesses while you were in the NBA,
2008.
2008, and that was both of them in 2008.
Well, real estate I started doing in 05,
Okay.
but the sneaker store I started in 08.
Okay. And then what? And you just saw an opportunity where you're looking at it from a perspective of just because I'm playing basketball right now doesn't mean that I can't get multiple streams of income. Yeah.
But the crazy part though, T, it was almost like shit. Oh, I'm in Milwaukee, 06, 07 season.
Mhm.
I'm out. I had foot surgery, so I'm out for the year. I'm like, shit, what the fuck I'm gonna do if I come back and I can't play to the level of where I was at?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can't go get another foot.
Oh yeah, that's the dumb.
So
Yeah.
it's almost like, well, damn, okay.
So is that where it started to that kind of woke you up? It turned on a light in your head, like man, you felt that. Was it from like that injury, feeling like something like
Most
that?
definitely. It was most
And then you was
definitely
like,
that.
man, shit, I want to have this for the rest of my life. This is not gonna stop right here.
So basically, it was almost like, okay, let me sit back and think about it. What am I interested in? What do I like? So the crazy part, my sneaker collection was crazy
Yeah,
because I was a Brand Jordan athlete and I had all PEs.
yeah. Y'all don't know that, man. Team Jordan right here, man. For
Look,
real.
I had all PEs. My shit, you probably, unless some of the equipment manager stole some, that's why you see them on the internet. But unfortunately, these are all shoes that I can have, and you know what I mean, you'll never see them. And so my partner, Lavelle, very intelligent when it comes to sneakers. Because when I was in college, I used to shop with him at Tony Sports back in the day.
Okay, he from Chicago?
He's from Chicago.
So,
He's from the low end as well.
oh, that's fine.
Yeah, so it was almost like he was going through a situation. I'm like, man, look, I want to get into the sneaker business. So now just think about it. Who come to the games? All the sneaker reps, because they come to see their players.
Mm-hmm.
So now I start asking questions. I'm getting as much information as I possibly can, opposed to doing all the research myself. Okay, well, brick and mortar. Okay, that's what we have to do. We have to find the location. Okay, once you find the location, okay, how do you get the contract? I mean, how do you get the accounts? So now I start asking questions, getting information. Okay, well, you and Adidas. Okay, well, okay. Send me the paperwork. I want to be a vendor.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? So now I'm getting everybody that I need.
So you could get so at the end of it all, you had every single shoe that everybody's the ones that are in the market that everybody wants. You got access to every single one, every brand.
Now, yeah, because I got a top tier account.
That's fire.
So, but the crazy part is that now we open in June, but we mid season.
Mm-hmm.
So inventory don't start until September.
Okay.
So we only had 9s and 14s originally, but we had all the apparel that you possibly could want.
You ever thought about doing big and tall?
I've done it.
Cause see, that's one thing I always, man, like, man, just Cole's the only thing looking out for everybody, the big guys out here in these streets, the extra long, tall, and all that type of stuff. But you ever thought about getting involved in that?
A store, it was in Wicker Park.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Bryce and Milan.
Mm-hmm.
And I did strictly big and tall and timeless pieces.
They had that real shit in there too.
Oh yeah.
Not no Paco jeans like they be doing.
No,
they bring
so actually, these are a pair of pants here.
We're gonna talk about that, man, because that's some serious. These fit too, man. But I didn't want them to be like this. We're gonna talk about that later. But that's what's up, man. So so that was one thing that we wanted to talk about that we just covered though. But investing was one of the biggest things when I was coming out. When I became pro, I was getting all this money, and I'm like, man, every single time I tried to invest, but I didn't understand the nature of what I was investing in. So what I do now is I educate people about the different facets of different investments, things that they feel comfortable.
So you can have a choice.
Exactly, because I think if you just throw somebody, hey, just get into real estate, and then they might be a little intimidated by that idea of how it works. That's the only option that they give themselves instead of something that really clicks with them.
So now I'm a part of the Black Coalition for Housing here in the city of Chicago. So what it is that we give people information of how to obtain properties in your community. Mm-hmm. And it's called receivership. Mm-hmm. So now what a receivership is that it's a property that's probably been dilapidated. It might be if you've been in certain neighborhoods, the building with the red X's on them.
Oh, the rebuild, like they got all boarded up.
Like rebuild, yeah. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, you probably know that's Miss Johnson's house. You probably didn't carry her groceries in the house a million times.
Right.
But it might need a little work.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to invest in the community? So now the thing is, you can probably get that property for not less than what the taxes is owed for.
Facts.
To bring it back to the rent roll. To the tax roll.
And then when you get all of the different houses in that community to look a certain kind of way, the property value also starts to go up. That's great. That's great.
Property value goes up, and now you can start asking for other shit because you have influence in the community.
See, we look. I got your line now. It's on.
Yeah, and even just add to that. So now the thing is that now the political parties, now you have a voice.
Right.
And so now all that grant funding and all that other stuff they get, hey man, let me do some of this so I can just clean this up.
Make it look good. And you already got your ear to the street. You already know what they need. That's a lot of the biggest thing is just job creation, and just different opportunities to be able to put some money in your pocket. Because all these different companies, these different cities are going down because you'll see all like if you go down Lincoln Highway right now, you remember that back in the day with Lincoln Mall. Oh man, and then all of that stuff is shutting down one by one, and it changes, it changes the area. But at the same time, we know what it was,
There's always a 5-year plan.
Yeah. So it's
it's some shit they probably not telling nobody.
Right.
But unfortunately, they got a plan for it.
Guaranteed. When it goes down, then they can get it for the low.
Buy cheap, rebuild, get your money, go on about your business.
Boom. That was a big one right there. So who was the person that influenced you as far as just the mindset that you have right now, the investment, the entrepreneur type of savvy energy that you got going right now?
Well, I would say 2 people. One, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't a big spender, but unfortunately, may he rest in peace, he saved a lot of fucking money to where he lived comfortable. Mm-hmm. And that's the only thing is that, like, we can make $100 million. I've seen people lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when you're done doing whatever it is that you wanted to do in life, are you going to be comfortable? That comfort is everything.
It really is.
It's everything. To where you ain't got to stress about shit tomorrow. You're like, I'm cool. I ain't got to go do nothing that I don't want to do, but I'm okay.
Right. Because we already know, shoot, $10,000 the first time you see it, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of money. Until you can see all the things you could buy
Until you
with them
start
$10,000, that'll
years.
be gone. That'll be gone. Couple notes, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. Don't get no clothes. And then, like I was telling some guys the other day, when I came and I went to the combine, I remember going to Moody Bible Institute,
Mhm.
and I remember just seeing all of these vultures out.
A
People
million
trying
of
to
them.
sell you grills. People trying to sell you
Man,
jewelry.
you come
People
into the hotel room,
they
knocking
trying to
on your
get
door.
you to spend that money
First of all,
for
they
something.
trying to open your door.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
I didn't see, I didn't see guys that I know. I said, man, y'all all bought the same chain.
They all got that same link.
The same link, and the words is different, but it's the same chain.
Yeah,
I'd be like, man, y'all niggas crazy.
it's wild, man. I used to be on that. I think
We all done it.
when I was young, you know what happened to me though? I lost a chain that I really loved. You know what I'm saying? I lost it. Like I was at a some random gym over in like Atlanta or something like that.
Mhm.
You remember Center Court? You ever been out there?
I remember.
I was out there hooping. We was hooping for some hours. And I left my bag on the side of the thing. I felt like I was keeping my eyes on it the whole time. Got me for that chain, and then after
They
that,
took her back.
no, they just took the chain. Went in there, just got the chain, got that bad boy out because they saw me put it in there. I was on some, I don't know what I was on. I was silly on that one. I'll
Wow.
never do it again. But after that happened, the feeling that I felt. I was like, I don't want another chain. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have that money in the bank. You
Correct.
know what I'm saying? But you never know.
Things happen, man.
You know. So how about going to when you went through the retirement phase? I think
Mhm.
a lot of guys that play ball or any sport, when you leave out of that, you get so drawn into it. You're so into it, like as far as your teammates, the camaraderie, the money, the love of the game. Where do you get to where? How did you transition when you came out of retirement,
That's funny you say
or
that.
going into retirement? I should say.
Well, I don't think I officially sent paperwork in and say I'm retired just yet. But
Okay, that's right.
unfortunately, I think I stopped. My last year was 2012. After I played with the Clippers, Lob City, it was either keep working out, try to make a team, this, that, and the other. I said, you know what? I'm about to go get my degree.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I'll be telling kids, hey, make sure you stay on top of your education piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I only had what I had. I think I had 8 classes to finish.
Uh-huh.
So the what do you call it? Can't think of it right now. But the curriculum.
Yeah,
The curriculum changes over 10 years.
mm-hmm.
So by me being out of going to school and taking classes for 10 years, it went from eight classes to 19 classes.
Yeah, that's what
I said, oh, 19 classes? I said, man, no.
Did you go back or you do them all?
No, I went back.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, cool. So now I got to get in the mindset of I got to go to class like a student.
Mm-hmm.
And they looking like, man, who this dude? So I'm going with the baseball cap.
Doing back up.
And I'm like, man, so I took full load for what, year and a half, graduated. Man, so that transition piece there was the key component.
Right.
As soon as I did that, going into the second year before I graduated, I was consulting with the player association.
That was gonna be my next question. You already beat me now.
Yeah, so I transitioned with that. I consulted, but you have to have a degree.
So what year was that happened? Was that while you were
14.
playing? Oh, that was after. So that was after.
That was after.
So they was like, yeah, we're gonna let them
So
cool off first.
I started consulting 13
Mm-hmm.
in the city. So I would go and speak to the guys at the team awareness meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, after I graduated, Roger Mason was the executive director.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I got my degree, a position opened. I was like, hey, walk right into it.
Jones on. See, that's
Right
what's
into it.
up. And that's finished school, and then all those things just opened up to you too. But then, I mean, on top of that, you got your businesses thriving at the same time.
Correct.
That's fire. Well,
And
man.
that's the toughest piece though, because now a lot of those jobs like that require you to have a degree.
Hmm.
And that's where a lot of guys fall victim to not being able to do what they want to do.
Facts, because they want to see you finish stuff.
Gotta
Start
finish it.
something, finish it.
Gotta finish it.
So when what do you wish that you knew um, coming in as an entrepreneur? Were there some things that, I mean, sometimes you want to learn by your mistakes here and there, but like, what are some of the things that you wish you would have known right going into the door?
I wish I would have known expansion. How to build. Once you build one, how do you get 5, 10, 15?
And get your franchise.
Get your franchise on. Or even if you have them yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, when you're the top tier company, that's when they come buy you out for hundreds of millions of dollars.
We need to get Home of the Hoagie together, man. That's my spot right there, man. I'll be like, where the other ones at? You know?
That's still in the community.
Man, we love that, man. Them green peppers, man. Them steak sweets, man. That's how I'm coming, bro. Like, hey, put the fries on there too. They gonna charge $25 for that,
It's a fries and sauce, man.
Yeah, you already know it. My last question, man, before we get out of here, man. Is there anything you want to tell to the up and coming guys? Some of the things that that they should focus on so that they can be great no matter what.
Well, I'm gonna speak to the camera on this one. Well, one thing I would share with you guys is that stay humble first. Hold yourself accountable for your actions. And like you said, just do the best that you can. Not to say you're the smartest guy in the world, but unfortunately, when it comes to that, be receptive to knowledge. Listen to guys that came before you because they have experienced things that you're going to experience at some point in your life. But unfortunately, you have to take bits and pieces of guys that you actually want to mentor you or, be your OG or be the guy that you can call when you have questions. So with that being said, live, man. Live your life. You only get one shot at this thing, man. So enjoy it.
Hey, message. Hey, man, real talk. Here with my guy, Bobby Simmons. Great guy, great man. And he knows how to keep on building on longevity for his future, man. Thanks for joining me, man.
Anytime.
Rise up.
Wait. Rise up one more time.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Terry Senior on his retirement jersey on February 22nd. I've been saying this all month. So unfortunately, we're gonna be there. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna enjoy ourselves.
We're turning up.
Yes,
Yes, indeed. Be there. Peace.